Why does Camino de Santiago attract so many people? And why do some come back and repeat the walk? Is it that special? And what are the challenges that you may face along the way? My name is Per-Ola, and over the next few weeks my wife and I will be walking a part of the Camino de Santiago. And maybe we can answer some of these questions.
I start to think that I understand what this Camino will teach me. In front of us we have some rain. This is how I look. I feel stupid.
But let us start from the beginning.
Hello, remember to subscribe to the channel to support me. Thank you.
It is the middle of June 2024. It's time for our journey to begin. But there is something rubbing inside of me. A feeling I can't get hold of. Camilla has been working a lot for the last few weeks and almost until it's time to leave home. She has also a problem with her shoes, which she was so sure would be suitable for this hike, as she had chosen the same brand and type of shoe that she used before. But now, she gets pain in her right foot when she walks in the shoes. Therefore, is her stress level higher than normal. We discuss back and forth, but can't find a good solution. Changing shoes one day before we leave is not optimal. But more about this later. There is something else too, a strange feeling I have. I wonder if it's a good or a bad feeling. But I don't know. Anyway, I'll go over the bookings we have made one more time. Flights, buses and trains, as well as the pre-booked hotel in Madrid and the 2 first hostels we will be staying at. Everything seems to be in order. Well, then we just have to go to bed, because tomorrow we will fly to Madrid. Our journey begins almost 2,600 kilometers away in Madrid. If you go by car, it will be around 3,150 kilometers, but we mostly fly. The flight to Madrid goes well. The only setback, you can say, was when we got to Madrid airport and had to find the right train closest to our hostel. We tried to buy tickets in the ticket machine, but do not understand which train we should buy tickets for. Only after we had returned to the service desk for the 6th time, the service staff realized that shaking their heads and pointing is not enough to get rid of these travelers. So then they tells us which line to choose, so we can book our tickets.
Madrid.
We had no plans to do any sightseeing in Madrid this time, and we are tired. So after visiting a nearby restaurant, we walk to the hostel, and then we go to bed.
Yeah, first stay in Madrid. It's a small hostel next to the Bernabeu Stadium. That's good. Hello, come in. Hello. And the shower is in here.
Smells sweet.
The next day was the time to continue to León by train. Even on this day, I'm relatively tense because the strange feeling I have doesn't want to leave my body, so I hope everything will go well. Breakfast?
Yes, the best one. Cola.
Okay, I prefer coffee. Today is our first day, but it's still a travel day. We are going to León by train. So, now we are on the train. We had to wait several minutes before they showed us the track for the train. But everything went well. It's very warm here in Madrid right now.
I think it's 30 degrees.
So now we will go by train in 2 hours.
It's a very luxury train. It's very nice.
We can show you. I think this is a really nice way to travel actually. It's a really fast train. We have a lot of space where I'm sitting. I'm long, as you know, so it's very good for me. The journey with the train went beyond my expectations. And when we arrived in León, we located the bus station to find out what departures there were to San Martín del Camino. So, now we are in León. Behind me you have the bus station. It's just a few blocks from the train station. Before we travel to San Martín, I want to show Camilla the beautiful Cathedral of León and visit a place that had been recommended to me by a follower. So we agree to continue with the bus later the same day. All said and done, we head to the center of León. Once there, we walk around and enjoy the city, and we were happy to finally be on the road again. But we were still not in hiking mood. We visit the place I had been recommended, but it was closed. Oh, so typical. Once on the way back to the bus station, Camilla sees a shoe store that sells a brand she used before. So she wants to see if they have shoes that are better than the ones she has with her. So we visit the store, and suddenly we have another pair of shoes to carry. I really hope these are good now. It's time for us to take the bus. Later, we continue by bus to San Martín del Camino. On the bus, I tell Camilla again about the hostel I stayed in at 2022 and how good it was and what a lovely atmosphere there was. I tell her how long the dining table was and that I remember the bubble from everyone around the table. I expect there will be many other hikers there and I hope we get good beds to sleep in once we get there. I really look forward to coming back. I have also recommended this hostel to others in one of my previous videos.
Yeah. And this is a relax area with a pool. And here you have the laundry. You see how it is? Yeah. And you can hand wash here. You also have the laundry service. I think this is a really nice albergue, worth the money. It's a really, friendly atmosphere.
The bus from León passes the hostel as it is right next to the road at the entrance to San Martín del Camino. I look out the window, but I can't see anyone in the garden outside. It's strange, I think. We get off the bus, which stops about 500 meters further on. and we start walking back forward the hostel.
So, we have left the bus and now we are going to our albergue. Was some subscriber or gave me a comment how I pronounce it, and I hope I do it right now. Albergue. I don't know. Anyway, here it is. You maybe think that we are leaving San Martin del Camino, but we have just arrived. And to the left, when you arrive in San Martin del Camino, you come to this albergue. Albergue. Let's see if we have a bed here.
As we get closer, my expectations rise, because now Camilla will finally get to share what I experienced 2 years earlier. We walk through the door and I shout, "Hola!" Someone returns my hola, but it almost makes an echo. Hola! We are met by the owner and her daughter, but they are not the same people I met before. We tell them that we have reserved beds, and they welcome us and tells us that we are expected. We check in as usual, and we also buy pilgrim passes. We have been allocated beds in a room for 8 people.
Okay, this is the albergue for tonight. We have a bunk bed. I took the top and Camilla the lower bed. We have dinner for 14 euro each, and the bed costs 10 euro, and the breakfast tomorrow cost us 6 euro. But I have to say, this is things change on the Camino. I was here 2 years ago. It was full of life and a lot of noises like this. And now we are 3 persons in this albergue.
Most of the lights are off. Only a few lights are on in the room where the dining room used to be. Right next to a desk overflowing with things is a smaller table with 4 chairs. There is some food on the table, and it's set for 3 people. As I walk down the hall, I look around but meet no one. Me and Camilla chat for a little while and make our beds. Then we go back to the room with the dinner table. On one side of the table now sits a man. We say hello to him and sit down. The owner serves us the food on the table and also some meat and wine. We eat, and as usual we have a nice conversation between hikers. The man with whom we are sharing dinner tells us that he will finish his hike the next day in Astorga, and then he will go home to Seville. When I turn off the light to sleep a few hours later, I am very puzzled. I am almost floored by the fact that all my expectations have been shattered. And I ask myself, where are all the hikers?
Yeah. Need some glasses. Good morning. This is our first morning on this trip. And it feels a little bit strange actually. Because we were 3 people in this albergue. And it's very quiet now, but not in this night, because we have thunder and rain outside, and every time I move in the bed it sounds like this. You're here. And when we arrived here yesterday, I thought it should be full of life and lot of hikers and like that. But as I said, we was only 3 and we have not started walking yet. So where are all the hikers? Yeah. And now it's time to go up. The clock is around 6:30 and it's time for us to have breakfast, and then out on the roads. Yeah, Camilla, if she is here. Yeah, she is, but she has not slept at all this night, so you will have me on the camera today, at least this morning. Yeah, and she's doing her exercises. Yeah, and I can say that it was good that we had this with us, our sleeping bags. People say you don't need sleeping bags. Now it's 11 degrees Celsius outside.
It is cold, maybe 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. Quite unusual for Spain at this time of year.
It is kind of spooky because I thought we should be a lot of hikers, and when we arrived it almost looks like it was closed, but the people are nice. They have changed ownership of this albergue, but yeah, it works as the most albergue. I will pronounce this different every time because I read on comments that I should say albergue, but I say albergue sometimes, yeah. Anyway, we are now going to have breakfast, and then we have to go out into the rain and walk to Astorga. That is our first goal. And I think it is 23.7 kilometers to walk.
I took a break here in the sun on the balcony. If you want me to continue doing videos like this, support me by subscribing. Thank you. It is a new day, and it's time for us to start our Camino. I used to say that when you start thinking about the Camino starts inside of you. But like I said before, we have been more focused on our jobs than preparing for the Camino lately. And I have also been struggling with my motivation to continue being a YouTuber and making videos. So we were looking forward to come to Spain, take some time off, and getting some warmth from the sun. But you can say our journey had started in the opposite direction. The stress of the shoes and the surprise that our expectations, okay, perhaps mostly mine, were not met from the start. And that Camilla didn't sleep very well that night. And it was raining and cold outside. That made us feel a little down that morning. But we gathered our things, and after we had breakfast, we set off out into the rain. Okay, this is how it looks like when you have these easy plastic ponchos. As you know, I always prefer the rain gear that I have. But this time we'd choose these plastic things. You will look at me now. This is how I look. I feel stupid. Okay, I will throw this away and I will try to find something else later. As you know, it's not so easy to hear the surroundings when you walk with the hood over your head and the rain pattering down on the plastic. So we didn't say so much to each other as we walked there along the road. Back home, when packing, we said we didn't think it would rain that much in Spain at this time of year, so we decided to pack very light plastic ponchos. Oh, what I really missed my rain gear that day. I usually have at least one rain jacket with me, but not this time. After a while, we reached Hostel de Orbigo. We have walked for 1.5 hours, and now we are in Hostel de Orbigo. And here they have this night
not now, but for many years ago, that he fight every who want to arrive in this village.
In Hospital Orbigo, we enter a cafe. We buy hot drinks and something lighter to eat. We make puddles on the floor, but the man behind the bar says it doesn't matter. As if the rain wasn't enough, Camilla's foot starts to remind itself. But stubborn as she is, she doesn't say so much about it. It's like the pressure on the foot gets better when she rests. So we stay a few extra minutes and change inner sole in her shoes. While we rest, the rain stops.
Now the rain has stopped, so it's a little bit easier to film. And here you come to this crossroad where you can choose way. If you choose the left road, you will go along the main road with a lot of traffic. And if you go to the right, you have this alternative road. We will take the turn to right.
We continue walking along the road toward Astorga, but Camilla's foot continues to give her pain, so we have to take a break every hour. As if that weren't enough, I later discovered that my camera did not record any sound from this part of the day. So instead of sound from that day, I will tell you a story, typical for the Camino, while you look at the pictures.
Ooh, scary things.
After we have walked for a few hours, was it time for lunch. But now we were in a place where I thought there was nowhere to eat. But how wrong was I? We entered a small village when Camilla said that she wanted to eat lunch now. I look at her a bit surprised and say, "Where are we going to eat?" There was no restaurant or cafe where we were. But that didn't stop Camilla, who pointed to a worn sign. I don't really remember, but I think it stood bar written on it. Before I could react, she slipped into an open gate and it was just for me to follow. We went up a relatively long flight of stairs. Camilla a little ahead of me, because I was a little reserved about this invention. Where the stairs ended, Camilla met two middle-aged men. I heard them talking, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. Camilla turned around and came down the stairs again. "What did they say?" I asked. They said that there is no serving of food here, but that we were welcome to use the toilet if we wanted. I said nothing, but thought a little triumphantly that I could have told her that. "But we could ask in the next door," she continued and passed me firmly. I turned and followed her, doubting there was anything to eat there. I did see the Albergue sign, but they don't usually have lunch service out in the middle of nowhere. Camilla walks through the door, and there we meet an elderly gentleman who looks at us a little reservedly. She asks if it is possible to get something to eat there, and to my surprise, she gets an affirmative answer. We enter a room that has two tables and are assigned the smaller table. The man shows us a menu and pointed to a line that says pasta bolognese and some kind of dessert. We understand that the other thing that was written in the menu could not be chosen, so we ordered the pasta, a cola zero and beer. The man disappeared, and while he is gone, I explained to Camilla that my experience of eating pasta in similar places means overcooked pasta, and that it may have been cooked earlier in the day and is now only heated up. Not like when you order in Italy, I hear myself say. She replies, "Okay, let's see. I'm hungry." The man returns with our drinks, and he also places some bread and a bowl of cheese on our table. And after maybe 20 minutes, he returns again with 2 plates of plenty of pasta and meat sauce, piping hot. We look at each other and then we taste the food. It is freshly prepared and it tastes very good.
Huge portion.
Very cute.
I have eaten half already. But it's really, really good.
For a family, I think.
We eat so much that it almost runs out of our ears. But still, we can't bear to eat everything on the plates. The man asks several times if we want more food, but we have to say no. We are going to eat dessert too, and we are busy trying to eat what's on the plates already. After we have finished, paid and moved on, I looked at Camilla, but she doesn't say anything. But now I understand what this Camino wants to teach me. As we approach Astorga, Camilla is very tired of her foot, which is giving her problems. But she lights up when we reach to the cross just before Astorga. After a short rest, we then continue toward Astorga, in the hope of arriving before the rain returns, because we see heavy dark clouds in the sky. We take in at an albergue that I have stayed at before. Hospitaleron is so nice and friendly. She checks us in and tells us that since there are so few hikers here, she has given us single beds in the room at the top of the house, where she has gathered everyone who will be staying there that night. All other rooms are empty. Again, I am so surprised at how few hikers there are out along the trail. We go through our daily routines and decide to see if we can find some other forms of rain gear other than the plastic cover we have. And we also decide to buy food and make our own dinner for this evening. And later it's turned out to be a good decision, as we spend the evening together with other hikers from Italy, US, Estonia and Spain in the common room / kitchen.
This night we make our own dinner.
Tapas dinner. Perfect. So good. And look at this.
Local.
Chocolate.
And don't forget the water. No, I mean the wine.
Okay, we are in Astorga and we are happy that we have arrived a few hours ago. It's lightning and thunder. As you can hear, never rain. And we have been inside here. I can really recommend this shop. They were very nice and helpful and have a lot of outdoor things if you need. We bought ponchos, real ponchos. So now I'm gonna throw my plastic one away. This is how it goes when I try to pack light. I should have bring my rainwear. Yeah, you know. What do you say? Aha, okay. Yeah, it's gonna rain. So, this is end of day one. So, this is the this is the end of day one. And I will do a little summary. We have just finished a dinner that we made by our own. And we sat down and I have talked with a lot of friends tonight from Italy, from Estonia, from US. Yeah, you understand. A nice talk, good food, and you see on my face some wine also. Yeah. It started in San Martin del Camino this morning, and I would say I was a little bit disappointed when I arrived at the hostel there. I know the owners do things that they have to do to get it up and running. I know that they do everything they can and they are nice people everywhere when I come. But if I should say like this, it felt like we came to an albergue that just had started. Everything was not in place, you can say. So if I should say, as I said before, I said I recommend this place. I maybe not recommend this. I recommend it if you have no other choice, because it's clean, it's good, they do what they can, but maybe it was that what I was looking for. I felt that I missed something. The feeling when I was there was not so good. I can feel like hard to say like this, but when I recommend a thing, I want you to really feel the Camino feeling, and that you have a really nice day, and then that everything is on place when you come. Not luxurious, not like that, but as when we ride, it felt warmed. The place felt warmed, and it felt like they were missing something. They took care of the laundry when we sit eating, for example. They have the kids running around in the Albergue. Maybe they live there, but they play with the ball behind our backs when we should eat like that. So, yeah, I didn't feel so welcome, actually. I felt that I came in some other's house, but I get food. I had a roof over my head. Yeah, like that. But it felt strange, anyway. And I go a lot of my feelings when I recommend a place. So after that we went out to the rain, and we walk in the rain with our poor rain gear that we brought this time. It was we thought we could pack lighter if we just took these plastic covers with us, but they were poor, so poor. So now we have bought real rain ponchos that we will have tomorrow, because it will be rain tomorrow. Now I am in Astorga and in a really good albergue, and this I could, and this I will recommend. Javier, it's a really nice albergue. They are so helpful, good feeling, good beds. Yeah, I can say a lot of things. For example, they helped us with the laundry when the lightnings and the thunder started and the rain was coming, and to dry our clothes that we have washed. Yeah, for a fee for €4, but was very good, very, very good. Yeah, and tomorrow is tomorrow, but now I'm going to sleep. I hope you understood actually what I say, that I really enjoy every albergue I am at, because I enjoy that I have a roof over my head, I have a bed, and I feel safe. That's good. Then we have certain levels, and sometimes we ask for more, but I don't ask for luxury. But sometimes the feeling maybe is not the best. So it is. Tomorrow we see what happened. I really enjoyed this Camino because I met so nice people. But my mind is actually moving from in the Camino or out of the Camino. I'm not here in the place yet, if you understand what I mean. I have arrived, I have walked a day, I feel okay. I feel that I'm walking, I feel that I'm carrying a backpack. But yeah, I hope tomorrow I will be in the Camino, even in my mind, not only with my body. So, good night everyone. I hope you will follow us tomorrow.
Good morning, day 2. This morning started with an alarm clock from a neighbor in the room we slept in. 26 beds, and someone put an alarm clock at 6 o'clock. Yeah, maybe something you should avoid if you're sleeping in a large dormitory.